Martinique this evening. 41 teams embark on a 7-month journey in 3 groups, and this is action here in Group A of the Concacaf Nations League. 82 degrees is our game time temperature. Maybe a little bit of humidity out on the pitch as well, but should be a fine night here in Panama in the Universidad Latina Stadium as we take a look at what the groups look like in Concacaf Nations League. League A looks like this: 12 teams divided into 2 groups of 6 teams. Each team will play 4 matches against their group opponents. The top 2 finishers of each group will advance to the Nations League quarterfinals, where 4 teams await the U.S., Mexico, Canada, and Costa Rica. And qualification for the 2024 Copa America is on the line, and these clubs will try to kickstart their campaign in the Concacaf Nations League. 5th meeting between these units. The first 4 have come in the last couple campaigns. Should be a fun one tonight in Panama. Panama coming right off of the Gold Cup runner-up, and Martinique, meanwhile, just missed the knockout stage of the Gold Cup. The kickoff is closing in here in Panama. It's Panama and Martinique in Group A of the Concacaf Nations League.
Damas y caballeros, démosle la bienvenida a la Liga de Naciones Concacaf 2023-2024 a los equipos nacionales de Martinique y Panamá.
Damas y caballeros, les pedimos ponerse de pie para escuchar las notas del himno nacional de Martinica. Damas y caballeros, nos preparamos para entonar las gloriosas notas del himno nacional de Panamá.
Ardiente fulgores de gloria, se ilumina la nueva nación. Con ardientes fulgores de gloria, se ilumina la nueva nación. El presidio y la cruz. Del azul de su cielo, se conforme a la espléndida luz. Lleva rumbo a tu noble misión. ¡Vamos, vamos, hermano, dale!
The national anthem's wrapping up here in Panama and just ready to kickstart the Concacaf Nations League here in League A between Panama and Martinique. A glance at the starting 11 for Panama. 9 of the 11 starters tonight have at least 10 career appearances for the club. Jose Cordoba and Eduardo Guerrero, the only two without. The youngsters will be out there on the pitch tonight for Thomas Christensen's side as Panama looks to continue its success in CONCACAF play in 2023, finishing as the runner-up to Mexico in the Gold Cup. To get their pre-match photos in, Martinique will be wearing the whites. It is Panama in the reds this evening on the home pitch. Our official tonight, Marco Ortiz, sharing with captain of Panama, Anibal Godoy, and the Martinique captain, Daniel Herrell. These two shake some hands. Pre-game photo in League A of the CONCACAF Nations League. Now Martinique's starting 11 looks like this. While it's a very experienced Panama group, not so much you can say for Martinique, which is 62 career caps outside of the captain, Daniel Herrell, the 34-year-old, has capped for the group 91 times. It's the most in the country's history, and Martinique has scored just once in the previous 5 meetings against Panama. Can they put one on the board tonight and perhaps kickstart League A here this evening with this matchup? They're in the 7th minute of stoppage time in Trinidad and Tobago and Curaçao this evening. 1-0 Trinidad and Tobago leading that one as that one gets ready to wrap up. And tonight's matchup between Martinique and Panama just about ready to light the candle here on a Thursday evening. Michael Watring, our entire group, elated to have you on board here tonight for a League A matchup on the opening night in CONCACAF Nations League. A check of the watch, a blow of the whistle, a kick of the ball, and here we go. Group A activities here in CONCACAF Nations League. Panama and Martinique. These clubs were in the same group in the Gold Cup. It was a 2-1 win for Panama on June 30th. Jose Fajardo scoring in the 57th minute. Murillo getting the game winner in the 69th. Panama in the red. It's been a celebrated Panamanian side in CONCACAF play. 4th in the Nations League in 2023, falling to Canada and Mexico in the semis and third place matches respectively. Martinique, 4 losses, 4 draws in their first 2 iterations of the Nations League. What happens here this evening? Don't put too much stock in that opening match, but certainly should be some fun here this evening. It'll be a throw for Panama in front of the home fans here in this beautiful facility, University Stadium. It's an early test for Martinique's back line. That's handled. Burnett moves it forward. Another giveaway. You can hear the fans supporting their club, amping up the volume anytime they get possession. Fine work defensively. They take it away. Has roughly 35,000 people, or 3,500 rather, capacity here in Panama. And fans are filing in early. Check out this match of their native country in the home match tonight. Timeline will be group stage matches in September and October. Here's an early push. Fajardo whistles it wide. Who's the last man to touch this? And it is Panama. This is our Blackman. He's played in Slovakia since 2017. Last man to touch it, but the build, you can see the talent, opportunities for Panama. It'll be a fever pitch. These 2 teams met in the Nations League last year. Panama routing Martinique 5-0, and then just a few days later they played to a 0-0 draw. League A is this group. 12 teams, 2 of which, perhaps more, will make it to Copa America 2024. All the way back, this ball is up in the paws. Goalkeeper this evening, Luis Mejia. He's played almost the entire professional career in Uruguay. Has 51 caps now for country. Always fascinating to see how 2 teams with a very recent history, having played twice in the last few months, come out here this evening. A professional foul and a booking as well. Here to start off the night in the 4th minute. Torres Montañez is shown the yellow card. Panama promptly right on the front foot. It's a great night here in Panama. Every team will play at home. Long ball sent forward. Fajardo was giving chase. It's run off of it by Montañez. He clears it away. This team playing 4 matches against the group opponents. 2 at home, 2 on the road. Panama gets to try to hold serve at home to start things off. Martinique galloping forward. Demian trying to play through LeBeau, and he was holding his hands up, asking for perhaps some impediment. Six teams from Concacaf in this tournament will represent at the Copa America, where 16 teams will clash for that title. Hold-up play by Alvaro Guerrero. The second fewest caps of anybody in the starting 11 tonight for Panama. Tonight Just number 7 for the 23-year-old. Cornelius brings the ball in. It's intercepted, however. Godoy sends wide. Can't hold on to it. And here comes Burnett. Martinique will get possession for a moment. Give it away. And Panama looking to hustle forward. Slinging it wide. Tapping it back and forth, Guerrero. You have to love the atmosphere of international competition. As he's trying to feather it over. Couldn't reach its intended target. Intercepted by Cordoba. Looping ball. Well played by Diaz for a moment, but Cornelius here to intercept and play it out for a throw. Panama percolating in the attack early. Davis swirls it in. It's connected by Giannis Clementia, the 28-year-old making his 8th appearance for his nation, Martinique. Martinique has dropped back-to-back matches after rattling off 3 wins in a row earlier this year. Panama, meanwhile, have come away with points in 9 of 13 matches this season. And of course, 2 of the 4 losses for the teams coming in the Gold Cup semis and 3rd place match. Foul whistled. Fans not pleased by that. But Godoy doesn't win it. Overall, you have a lot of professional experience when you look at the ages of a lot of these Martinique players. Late 20s, early 30s, the majority. There's many international competitions. That's a fine ball forward. It's Fajardo. Fajardo swirls it through the legs of the keeper, Clemencia. He scored the opening goal against Martinique earlier this season. He strikes in the 9th minute. Panama leads 1-0. It's a wonderful run, and the pass is flawless. Fajardo brought it down, and it looked like right here it was going to stop. It somehow finds its way, not just through Clemencia, but as well as the back line. Take a look at the pressure, nearly tapped away at the last moment, but it was not. Composed finish by Fajardo. A recent acquisition of DC United in MLS. Been an elite goal scorer with Cusco before making the transition. And here's a foul and a booking coming as well. So a yellow card to be shown. This one is on Herrell. He picks up a yellow, 2nd man in the book for Martinique. 1-0 Panama on top here in League A play of the Concacaf Nations League. As Carrasquilla, he's the man that drew the foul here. He also had the assist on Fajardo's goal. The Martinique captain in the book. And a set piece laid back. Shifty maneuvering by Diaz, but can't slice through the last bit of defense. And the counter is on. Baron charging. Gets to the touchline and it's swiped away. But it will be the first corner of the night for either side. Martinique will get their first chance at the corner flag. It's MLS to MLS for the Panama goal. Carrasquilla from Houston, finding Fajardo from DC United. Panama 1, Martinique 0. Hendrik Ruperne ready to take this corner kick. Eyeing his target. Here comes this corner in. It's low. And a whistle and a foul. Going against Jeremy Cornelius. And those are moments for Martinique where they are absolutely going to have to take advantage. It is final. Trinidad and Tobago have rounded out their matchup against Curacao. Likewise, a Group A, check that League A matchup. Just another look at it. On the foul from Cornelius. Panama on top. First shot of the match. Found the net. League A and Group A, led by Trinidad and Tobago. Panama trying to join them there. This ball makes an unfriendly bounce for Panama, but friendly for Martinique. Clemente up. Alert to the ball. Flag up here for offside. Group B slated to kick off tomorrow. That's Haiti, Jamaica, Honduras, Cuba, Suriname, and Grenada. In League A and Group B. Group A features Panama, Guatemala, El Salvador, Martinique, Curacao, and Trinidad and Tobago. Guatemala and El Salvador will get kicked off in just about 2 hours. Alert play this time by Luis Mejia to pick up the ball. Already 2 yellow cards against Martinique. They've only seen 29% of the ball, and they've given up a goal. As we're on into the 15th minute, the team in white, Martinique, looking to stop this surge from Panama. There's Panama and Costa Rica advancing out of the group, with Martinique just 1 point off of the pace behind Costa Rica to advance to the knockout stage. Will it be that close here in the Concacaf Nations League to try to qualify for the Copa America? There's a foul, no card this time. Panama have come out with a lot of the possession. You can see by the numbers. 60% in their favor. Here's Diaz. Decides to cut back. Slings wide right. Blackman finesses forward. Blackman back on it. This is through one man. Carrasquilla Andrade. It's a turn. Diaz goes wide and it curls out. You see the fans standing in unison, sensing the buildup. Now, just like the team, taking a chance to catch their breaths. Fajardo scoring for the third time in 2023. Last did so against Martinique in that last matchup, June 30th, in the Gold Cup group stage. This is a revamped look to Concacaf Nations League, looking to include more direct elimination matches, qualified teams for continental summer competitions. 41 teams competing over the next 7 months over 3 groups. You have promotion, you have relegation, qualifying for those international events. It's a nice shifty move out wide by Fabian. Fabian bangs one off of the defender. It's another corner coming for Martinique. Let's see if they can complete a pass this time around. Once again, Mikael Barron will head over to the corner flag. Barron, top 10 goal scorers in the history of the country. Hits it back, shakes and bakes, punches, goes down. Yet again, Martinique not completing a pass inside of the 18 after winning a corner kick. When the schedule plays out, the next 6 days, 34 matches will be played. Here's Diaz again. Reluctant to take that long distance shot. Instead, Andrade goes wide. Davis. Andrade once more. Swings it through the 18. Blackman the first man to it. Draws the attention of 2 Martinique defenders. He thought he was fouled. The assistant referee does not agree. Escobar steps up to intercept and now glides through the middle of the field as Panama looks for a second here in the opening 20 minutes. A 9th-minute goal from Jose Fajardo. That's Panama out in front. "34 matches in the next 6 days, 34 more in mid-October, and then there will be 30 of them on the docket for mid-November. Nearly 100 total matches will be played over the next 3 months. I think the assistant referee was going to throw the flag up there for perhaps a foul, instead elected not to. Panama back in possession though. The side of the pitch getting worn out. Martinique just eyeing possession, but a man down, and that is the goal scorer, Jose Fajardo. Made his national team debut nearly 6 years ago in a 5-0 win against Granada. Panama unbeaten in 6 of its last 7 matches, including a 2-1 win in the friendly against Bolivia on August 27th. Kaiser Lennis bagged a brace in his debut. There's another look at Fajardo going down. Mejia elects to pick up the ball. And now we'll punt it out towards the middle of the field. It's a 1-0 lead for Panama here in League A, Group A. Over Martinique. Jose Fajardo. Michael Watring and our entire group bringing the action in the Concacaf Nations League. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you can stay a while with us here on a Thursday evening. Cornelius will throw it in. Can Martinique maintain some possession on this side of the field? Hold on for a moment. Two men nearly collide. Instead, Manduki. And this is what Martinique needs more than anything. Just a little bit of possession. They've been under so much pressure, have been forced to defend so frequently. Very little time. Contact, and it's a foul against Panama. Blackman the guilty party this time. It's Rupert. Blackman shocked. Doesn't understand. Now it's on him. Blackman instead gives up the free kick. You can take a look at it. It looked like Rupert was the initiator of contact, but it does not matter. Martinique have had 2 corner kicks. They have not thrown a ball into the box that's been completed. Is this the moment for Martinique? Low swinging ball in, does take a deflection, but ricochets out. Brighton LeBeau, closest man to it. Scored on the 4th of July in the Gold Cup against Costa Rica. Can he score in the opening match on opening night in Concacaf Nations League? Escobar stamp it right over to Luis Mejia. Gets a little bit of pressure, slings it forward. This will work out. So fine defending work there by Palolo. Pressure from Panama. This continues to mount. This frustration for Martinique. It's always fascinating when you look at the recent series history. What does that tell you, if anything? 2-1 last match, Panama. A draw, 0-0 prior to that in the Nations League. Then 5-0 Panama, 3-0 Panama, 2-0 Panama. Certainly the lineups change, philosophies change over that time, but are we in sight for maybe another multi-goal differential kind of match? As Martinique settle into this one 25 minutes in. Good work there by Cornelius. He goes down, and the foul is going to be given behind the play. Martinique making arguments after they received 2 yellow cards in the opening 10 minutes. Maybe it's time for Panama to see one. Actually ends up working out here on this long pass. Andrade funnels through the middle. Goes wide right, Blackman. Hesitation. Blackman clips. Intercepted. Reaches its target. Carrasquilla. It's the intended target of the return pass, but it'll be picked up here by Clementia. Still officially one shot total between these sides. And it was the goal from Fajardo. Actually, looking at the stats, they officially did give one on that free kick to Martinique. That didn't catch the cage. Intercepted pass, funneled and whipped off of Godoy. Here comes Carrasquilla. Touches wide right. Into the box it goes. Fajardo took aim. Fans were anticipating perhaps a game-changing moment again. A man that has scored in this match already. Davis. Well-angled pass. Hefty on the touch, however. How about these passes from the midfielders of Panama? It was magnificent from Carrasquilla. This time it was Diaz. They have been pinpoint in their targeting. Foul whistled and a booking coming. Panama is going to see their first man in the book, and it's the captain, Godoy. Goes in there in the 29th minute, so both captains have picked up a yellow card in the first half hour of this match. On the ball, Godoy. 130 career caps now. He's been in the MLS since 2015. And the 33-year-old rather, who's been a significant piece of this Panama group, has a yellow card. Coaches deciphering what to do. It's always tough when you're looking at group stage matches, particularly early. You have to look at not just the overall result, but the goal differential. You have to consider on a tight turnaround. These two teams will both play on Sunday again. Ball fired out. Cordoba sends it away. Certainly the home team eyeing the full complement of points. Pressure in that regard, and especially here for Panama. They were the second seed in last year's Concacaf Nations League before finishing fourth. On the sideline it goes, Cornelius. There's a nifty maneuver, but it was last touched by Cornelius. And a fine bit of defensive work by Eric Davis makes it a goal kick.
Tarjeta amarilla, camiseta número 20, Panama.
Excellent passing. Andrade tries to feed it through that back line. It won't eventually reach its target. I'll tell you what, since Fajardo scored, this game has settled down a little bit. Martinique have found some moments. Now in the final quarter hour, can they find their goal? Here's a shot that's blasted high. Brion had that opportunity. And one of the nation's all-time leading goal scorers. The door was there. He just misfired. That could be a moment you might think about if you're Martinique. But as I was mentioning, some of these moments starting to slide in a little bit more for Martinique. Panama dominant in the first 20-plus minutes. Martinique, though, finding their stride. This ball played out. Martinique, once again, trying to decipher the pressure at this point. Flags up for offside here. Ball slides out. Andrade to throw it in. Cap number 30 here this evening for Panama. The majority of these Panamanian players have participated in 30-plus matches, at least in terms of the starting 11 here tonight. Davis. Was not the last man to touch it. It was Martinique. Carrasquilla. Escobar continues his run. He finds space. Hits it first time. Fajardo. What does he want to do here? Should be a corner, and indeed it is. Ball pushed through. That'll be the second ball poked in. It is flicked on, but always wide, however. Andres Andrade is getting to the peak. Just hits it wide. You can see the training ground effort. The flag was down. They forced Andrade to go back towards the middle of the field. That at this point, certainly Martinique has given up the goal, but within striking distance, they weathered that early storm. The momentum that was built here in Panama, in University Stadium. That's a pretty good defensive play by Andrade to keep it in. Cordoba. Resetting here for Panama. Like I mentioned, these two sides will play again on Sunday. It's Curacao for Martinique and Guatemala for Panama. Paron is offside this time. 7th minute. 1-0 Panama leads on a 9th minute goal from Jose Fajardo. He also scored in the last meeting between these clubs. Excellent ball wide. Looping cross in. It's headed away. Maltenis to be the first man to it. It shifted backwards. Clemencia just over the outstretched head, and it's Clemencia coming up to clean it up. Martinique with its best build of the night. There's a cross in. Over the first man to it. Martinique has started to be able to find a little more attacking presence. Actually have a 2-1 official lead at this point. Martinique credit this club. Smacked early, giving up the Jose Fajardo goal in the 9th minute. But they have responded. They've gotten a couple corners, a couple set pieces in dangerous areas. They had a brilliant attack. And Barón was in the 31st minute. Well, the crowd has quieted down a little bit. Panama looking to inject some fuel back in to that engine that was purring early. Flag up offside. Fajardo inches in front. Closing in on the end of this first half. Does Panama have the ability to extend the advantage? Does Martinique keep this close? Perhaps find some dangerous moments for Panama to consider at halftime. This is League A, Group A. Each team playing 4 matches. Tonight is the opening night of the 2023-24 Concacaf Nations League with 34 matches over the next 6 days. 6 teams will earn qualification to the 2024 Copa America, played in the United States. And a foul whistled, and this is what Martinique has done in the last 20 minutes. They find a dangerous set piece here in the 40th minute. Panama 1, Martinique 0. Jose Fajardo's goal in the 9th minute. There's Panama out in front, 1-0. These teams playing for the 3rd time in the last 3 months. Take another look at Barón, the 26-year-old. Who has scored 6 times for his country. Let's see what Barón wants to do here. Miguel Barón! That was wonderfully taken. And it's Mejia that had to get a piece of it to send it over the bar. This is world class. Look at this dipping ball. And Mejia just got a hand to it to punch it over. And now Barón will take the corner with some assistance from Rupernet. Martinique closing, threatening. Barón Gets the first man in, and a corner coming. Corners have not been an issue for Martinique, at least in terms of getting them, but once they've gotten them, trying to complete passes has been more and more difficult. Barone sends this one in. It's a nose-diving ball. Bangs back through the middle of the field. LeBeau, right along the chalk, makes it a throw. Sustained pressure from Martinique now. Palms sweating for the first time for Panama. High arcing ball into the 18. Knotted down. Barone clips it. Cornelius. Cornelius! Off the side of the cage. Those are the moments for Martinique that have started to arise and given Panama questions to answer. Cornelius trying to tuck it in that near side. This was brilliant on that touch, and he had so much of the cage to work with. Had teammates as well, runners, options. Cornelius, Jeremy, just could not funnel that one through. Thomas Christensen of Panama, Marc Collat of Martinique, thinking in these final few minutes. It has been all Martinique in the last 5. Hitting the deck is LeBeau. He gets back up. This works out. LeBeau down in the box. No foul. Clean save. Moment stopped by Brighton LeBeau. All of the action has been on Martinique's half in the last several minutes. Here's another look at it. The stumbling LeBeau had a pass perhaps to be picked out instead. Andrade came over to make things hard and save the day. 90 seconds to go before stoppage time. And a breather for these sides, but things have been positive for Martinique after conceding in the 9th minute to Jose Fajardo. Grateful to have you on board here this evening. Michael Watreng and our entire crew here in the Concacaf Nations League. A reminder, not just Copa America positioning on the table, but you also have promotion and relegation. The winners of each group in League B will be promoted to League A, while the bottom 2 teams from the 6-team groups in League A will be relegated to League B. For the next rendition of the Nations League, this is the 3rd one. Excellent passing. Fajardo heavy on the touch. It's punched out. A corner kick coming. And Panama perhaps trying to steal a second to ensure the commentary is full control for Panama after 45. It's just a throw. Carrasquilla has it intercepted, but gets a gift right back. Swings it through. Pushed away. Now Martinique here in these waning seconds. Rupernay. No foul. Elects to play it. So 1 minute of added time here in the first half. Been a fairly clean match. We have seen 3 yellow cards. Some physicality early, some early momentum for Panama as well. But Martinique has settled into this match. They have gotten more and more comfortable as the minutes have gone on. And for a team that has seen Panama now for the 2nd time in the last 2 months, there's a looping ball. It'll skim all the way to Clemencia. 2 men were onside. Martinique's last match, the last one they played was the 4th of July. That was a 6-4 Costa Rica win. Davis hits the deck. Cornelius controls. And we hit the full minute, and right on the dot, the first half whistle blows. And what an opening half it was. Panama seemed in full control, scoring in the 9th minute. Dominated the opening half hour. Martinique gained some possession, a frenetic finish, but no goals from Martinique. And here in Panama, it's a 1-0 lead for Panama in the Concacaf Nations League. We'll have the highlights and the stats coming up for you when we return here to University Stadium in Panama in a moment.
No me hace falta un GPS, a buscarte.
45 minutes in the books here in Panama, and it is the home group, Panama, leading Martinique 1-0 as we get ready to start off the second half here in Group A of League A in the Concacaf Nations League. Michael Watrang and our broadcast group with you on a Thursday evening here on the opening day of Concacaf Nations League. There will be changes here in this match. We're going to see Cesar Zamudio replace Mejia for Panama. So Zamudio will come in to replace the keeper Mejia. And that is the only change for either side here at halftime. Zamudio, 29 years of age, making his third appearance for Panama. 1-0, Panama on top. Martinique found something at the end of the first half. Trying to build that here into the second half of play. It's a fine ball, at least from a thought perspective. It goes wide, and flag is up for offside as Carl Fabian was off. Look at these international windows that you get 2 matches here over the next 4 days, and you have a month to think about it. Trinidad and Tobago is already atop the table with a 1-0 win over Curacao in Group A of League A. The ball feathered along, excellent passing. Through the box it goes, knotted, it falls in. Panama have a second, and it's Ismael Diaz. Just like that, in a blink of an eye, Panama leads 2-0. Here it is again, just a flawless touch from Godoy. And then the pass finds its way through and then mishandled in the end of it. Martinique asking for offside, but Guerrero, look at the piece, all the way through with a flawless pass. A second goal for Panama, and Clementia just could not get his hand over to it, to be able to slow it down and keep it out. And it is Panama scoring multiple goals against Martinique for the 5th time in now 6 matches. And a 2-goal differential now sits for Martinique. Offside, how aggressive will they be here over the next few minutes? What changes perhaps will there be as well? Will Zamudio be tested? Long time to go here in a 2-0 differential. Panama won Group B in last year's CONCACAF Nations League. Won 3 of the 4 matches they played in the group stage, just 1 draw. Were seeded 2nd, but lost 2-0 to Canada in the semis and 1-0 to Mexico in the 3rd place match. Right off of the restart, Barod. It's going to be a pretty magnificent run if he was able to get through those. And a foul whistled. Well, early in the match, we saw 2 yellow cards given to Martinique in the first 10 minutes. 40-plus minutes left. Panama seemingly has had the upper hand the entire match. They weathered a couple late chances. Look at this Panamanian group. It's a team that has played together and has played a lot of matches together. They're unbeaten in 6 of the last 7 matches, dating back to the end of Concacaf Nations League last year. They lost in the Gold Cup final to Mexico. That was a devastating blow. An 88th minute strike from Jimenez gave Mexico a 1-0 lead at the time, and that's how the match ended up. After Panama, in the match prior, just 4 days before against the United States, had taken a 1-0 lead against the Americans in the 99th minute. Jesus Ferreira equalized in the 105th minute. The match went to PKs. Carrasquilla was the man that bagged the final PK that proved to be the winner. This ball cleared away by Panama. And that set Panama into the championship match of the Gold Cup. And they've now been runners-up 3 times, 2005, 13, and 23. They've had so much success as a country in these Concacaf events. Qualified for a World Cup in 2018 in a group that featured Belgium and England. That was always going to be an uphill climb for this group. Another look at this foul as LeBeau takes the hit from Escobar. But a team very much on the rise. Davis swings it in. It is cleared away, and it's wide of the cage as well. He's out for a corner kick. Another look at this. Flag staying down. Looks like perhaps it would have been an offside situation, and that pass reached its intended target with Fajardo making the run. Now it will be a corner kick coming. Carrasquilla. Roll with this corner. 24 years of age, 46th appearance for Panama. Fires in the in-swinger, and it's cleared away. Jostling for position. Fabian wins it cleanly. Numbers forward. Fabian funnels it. Excellent turn. A lot of pushing and tugging on the back of Baron, but he gets taken down. Can't maintain his balance. Panama clears. That's a fine touch. LeBeau pushes. It's a great touch. Pushed back through. Samudio is able to gobble it up. Well, 2 massive moments from Baron. He has had 2 chances in each half. 2 great ones in the first half. Had a breakaway that could have equalized, sent it over the bar. Had a free kick from about 30 yards away. Like a paper airplane in a heavy wind. Fell out of the sky and forced Mahia to punch it away. And now 2 chances in the matter of moments for Martinique. Goals, cliche to say, change games. And while Martinique have confidence, while Martinique have moments that I can certainly think have been good and that they can applaud themselves with, they have not scored. Meanwhile, Panama, their chances have been very far between. Just 2 shots in the match, but both have went in. Blackman springs, crosses, empty space. pushed wide. Guerrero misses the cage completely. Can't draw it up any better. Guerrero in an unbelievably dangerous spot. Had a chance to make it 3.
Cambio en la selección de Panamá. Se retira con la camiseta número 20. Aníbal.
Changes coming for Panama. Godoy is coming out. The captain giving away his armband. Coming out as well is Guerrero. He just missed that chance. And into the mats comes Giovanni Welch and Taysir Lennis. So Lennis in, Welch in. Some fresh bodies for Panama now in the 56th minute, leading it 2-0. Here's the push from Panama once more. Frenetic defending. Pololo out of the way. Mendauki fires it to this left side. Right now, if you're Martinique, can you get one in the next 15 minutes or so, as well as keep Panama off the scoreboard? American clipping ball. Ping to the ground. Barron back on it. He gets shoved down. Looks like perhaps knee-to-knee contact. Barron is down, back behind the play, and it'll just be pushed out to allow for a stoppage. And Miguel Barron is down. Take another look at it and see the contact, and looks like it's that left foot that gets caught up as he takes a tumble. He is somebody that Martinique can ill afford to lose. Just 19 men on the pitch tonight. Barron, one of the leading goal scorers in the history of his country, with 40 professional goals since 2019. They have to have his presence out there to score. Has been a big reason why they've had chances at all. Bodies collide. Panama, fine passing, shooting, saved. Clemencia parries it away. Nearly Fajardo had a brace. Corner for Panama as the chance rise again. The 32-year-old Eric Davis ready for his boomerang. Post back post. It's loose in the 18. Dealt with very well by Martinique. Davis doesn't hit all of it, but it doesn't matter because it's pushed away by Rupernay, out for another corner. Davis will set it up. Good service last time. This time goes short. Blackman swings it all the way back. Welch flicked along. I think Martinique touched it last. And I'd be wrong because Marco Ortiz did not see that. Points for a goal kick. Martinique in 2019-20. My first venture in the Nations League. And second in Group C to Honduras. It was just a 3-team groups at that point. Last year, we're third in Group B. Panama won it. Costa Rica is second. 3 losses and a draw last year for Martinique. Blackman had the right idea. Lennis had to stop. Thought he was offside. During qualifying for the Nations League in 2018. 4 wins for Martinique. And here in this revamped format with 41 teams playing in the next 7 months over 3 groups. This is League A and Group A. 12 teams divided into 2 groups of 6. 4 matches apiece. The top 2 finishers in each group will advance to the Nations League quarterfinals. Hooking ball, easily controlled by Samudio. 4 seeded teams await. That's the United States, Mexico, Canada, Costa Rica, all there. And then the 4 quarterfinal winners will advance to the Nations League finals in March, as well as qualify for the Copa America. And the remaining 4 teams will play play-in matches to determine the final 2 spots in Copa America. Will one of these 2 sides be in that fray? Lennis goes down. Doesn't prevent him from getting the ball back to Blackman. Strength from Panama on full display now. Carrasquilla doesn't get it wide, the Rupert. Ultimately for Martinique. Some moments in this match where they had a chance to at least get 1, if not 2. LeBeau. Perfect pass, Fabian. Fabian charges. And the defense of Escobar, flawless. He's been in the MLS in his career, closing in on 80 career appearances for Panama. Such great defending. Less than a half hour to go. Martinique won 3 times during Gold Cup play against St. Lucia, Puerto Rico, and El Salvador. Other than that, they had not won a match as a country since 2019. So just as I was talking about Panama being on the rise, you're talking about a Martinique club that had gone nearly 4 years without a win. Primely right back into the picture. A team that at one point had dropped 5 in a row from 21 to 22. A little bit of slippage there. Fans starting to get back onto the side. Fajardo gets pushed off of the ball this time. Ololo, his 10th appearance with Martinique tonight. Dauki. It's a fine turn here. Able to hold on to the ball is Baron. A slip, a fall, an entanglement, and a foul. Martinique have had flashes in this match. Now we're back in the first half. They won multiple corners over a couple-minute stretch. They had a set piece in there as well. They just couldn't put anything on frame. And then there was that 3-minute window at the end of the first half where they were peppering shots in dangerous moments, but still couldn't find the net. Went behind 1-0 into halftime. Harrell was a good ball. The header doesn't funnel its way back onto target from LeBeau when it goes out. And then in the 54th minute, right after they had conceded a goal in the opening 2 minutes of the second half, Barron had 2 more great chances inside of the 18 against the new keeper, Samudio. Just unable to, again, get it past that final piece of chalk. That's why they trail 2-0, despite the fact that Panama have really had just 2 good looks at it, and a third as well, coming from Guerrero in front of a wide open net that missed. Here's Panama on the attack. Slipping, sliding, pushing, shoving, and a goal kick. And now a sub as well. Looks like Martinique might be making its first change of the day. It looked like Andy Marnie